Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy.
And I'm here with my bestie Jessica.
So today's video is going to be our mid-year wrap-up, believe it or not. I mean, you guys should know we're in June now. So we're halfway through the year. 2026 is halfway over. And so we have some fun things planned as far as we're going to look back on where we've been.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay.
Okay. So, how many 5 stars have you had so far this year?
I have not counted my 5 stars.
I didn't
Would
either.
you like me to? Okay. Oh, thank God. I almost asked you before we started. I'm like, because I knew you wrote down how many you've read, but I was like, do we need to count 5 stars? Like, no, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I really haven't had that many though, actually. But
So we're going to talk our top 10 books so far of the year, our top 3 audiobooks so far of the year, and our DNFs.
Yep.
Okay. So how many books have you read total?
As of today, 175.
I read 212.
Okay.
But my total is like, I am not keeping at the pace that I had been.
You're slowing down. I'm
Yes.
hoping to pick up. We've got camping trips coming up, and that's where I really get in a bunch of mine.
That's where you
175 is
shine.
that's where I shine. 175 is kind of it's close at this time last year. I was looking at our video from last year and I was at 200, so it's not too bad. I did slow down a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, you're totally fine.
Yes, totally fine. I'll catch up because I'm competitive with myself. So
Okay.
it's a problem. I acknowledge it.
So do we want to talk our top audiobooks, then our DNFs, then our top 10?
However you want to roll.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Oh, but first, we have our coveted cover giveaway.
Yes.
You want to tell them about that?
Yes, you'll have to put the graphic up because I keep looking like I have the book here, but I don't because obviously it's being printed. Anyhow, we are giving away a copy of the Celia Aaron's Cloister Trilogy. This is a bind up of all 3 of her books that is going to be our July-August box. I really had to think there for a second. It's my July-August box. So it will ship probably in early August. But one lucky subscriber is going to win that. This is a highly coveted book. This one, most of ours are signed, but we had to print extras. This one won't be signed, unfortunately. But you can just take it to an event and have Celia sign it. That'll be great. She goes to lots. Anyhow,
Okay.
You want it. It's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous.
You do want it. Yes, that's definitely true.
Yeah, I want a lot of it. Like, I want to have like 5 copies because I'm afraid something will happen to one of them. The stained glass is just really cool. So
it is very cool.
Stained glass effect, yeah. So yes, yeah.
Okay.
So hit that subscribe button. Unless
that's all you have to do too.
Yeah, that's it. Just hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
Okay.
We like to mix up how we do our giveaways, but always hitting that subscribe button is gonna get you one step closer.
Okay, so top audio.
Top 3 audio.
Yes.
I would just like to have the side note that this may drastically change like when we get to the end of the year. I was looking at my top 10 list, and I just went through. It was quite the process, but I spent a lot of time going through, and I purposely did not go and look at my top 5 for each month.
No, I never do.
And then I came up with my books that I felt like had to be on the list. I then went and looked at my top 5 just out of curiosity when I was all done, and realized that I changed things.
Yeah, I do all the time, which is why I don't look at my top 5. Because when I look at our top 5 every month, that is just the top 5 of that month. Doesn't mean it's top 5 of the year. I mean, I could have read a whole bunch of crappy books that month and just chose my top 5. You know?
Well, I actually changed the order of some things.
Oh, okay.
From my top 5.
It happens.
Like where one book was number 1 and another book was number 5. Number 5 is now ahead of some of those books. Like, I changed things around. Anyway.
Yeah.
But I also sit with me. The books that I can't that I remember pretty well are the ones that I'm like, that really is a top book for me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah. And for me, I kind of felt like, I mean, 175 books is not a small number of books, but I really like my top are my top, but like my top 5 for sure. But there was a lot of them where I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, I just didn't feel like I'd read, I don't feel like I've hit those books that I've been like, oh, this year. Like, there's only been a handful that have done that for me. Where normally I have more. I don't know. I need something amazing. I mean, we've had a couple amazing, had a few amazing, but I need more amazing books this year.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, yeah. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so one of my top 3 audios that I have for this year was Hunger in His Blood by Zoe Draven. This was, the audio came out like at the beginning of the year. I think I listened to it back in January. I had read the book a year or two ago, but the audio was done by Samantha Brentmore and Marcio Catalano, I think is how we say his name. And so this was amazing. This is the 3rd book in her Kylor Brides series. This is kind of like aliens, vampire aliens and their fated mates. This is my favorite one out of the whole series that's out right now. Somebody's backing up if you hear the beep. It is not me, I promise. There's a forklift out there. Anyhow, this is about Arena and Calder. And Arena is his maid. Calder is the dude that runs the keep. And he realizes one day that she is his fated mate and he keeps her at arm's length. It's a great book. I'm not going to tell you a lot about it because it's out there. And we want to get through this video. But go read that. It was amazing audio. Samantha's always good. Always. Are you going to do one of yours?
Yes. I just got whatever.
Was it off campus?
No.
Oh.
If you must know, I just realized an author who I've been waiting for their book to come out came out today. And when I was like, oh, I need to make sure I get that on my Kindle.
Squirrels
And
happen
then
very easily for you.
For some reason, it's wanting to charge me, like it's not on Kindle Unlimited, and all of her stuff's been on Kindle Unlimited, so I was just a little perplexed.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
This is The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy. That is my top 3 audiobooks. So number 3 for me is The Graham Effect. I'm off campus obsessed, so this may or may not change. I just really, really love The Graham Effect. So this is the Campus Diaries. It's the first book. It's Gigi and Ryder. Gigi is Garrett and Hannah's daughter. She is wanting to make the Olympic women's hockey team. And so she's training for that when she's at Breyer University. Ryder's there, and Ryder is having kind of a rough go of it because he was at a different college and Breyer has absorbed that college. And so he's trying really hard to make the team, and some things have not gone well for him. So he agrees to help Gigi because Gigi wants somebody who's going to be really critical of her so she can improve. And so in turn, Gigi will help him and like talk him up to her dad. I just really love this one. And I, like I said, I'm off campus obsessed, so that might have something to do with it. Next.
That's sure. Oh, here it is. Man, there's so many flags in these. I was showing Mandy, like, and Mandy's looks the same. There's so many flags in these books. I keep losing what I was looking for, and I was like losing the information I needed.
It's intense. It's intense. Whittled mine down a little bit.
And they're even color coded, but it doesn't help. So,
yeah.
Okay. The next audio for me, that's one of my top audios so far, is 8 Seconds to Fly by Grace McGinty. I remember telling you guys when this came out, the audio, because I love this book. It's one of my, what isn't one of my favorite Grace McGinty's, but it is one of my favorite Grace McGinty's. It is about a female bull rider.
I need to read that.
Yeah, you need to listen to it. And she's from, I think, Oklahoma or Texas or something. But the accents in this are so great that I was sending Grace voice memos with an accent because I kind of picked it up after listening to it. So it was great. So this is done by Avery Karras, James Cassidy, Ryan Lee Dunlap, and Oscar Reyes. So she had an amazing cast on this one. This is, I think Oscar plays 2 different guys because this is a big 4 guys, 1 girl eventually. But it is about a girl who, Tessa May, who's always wanted to be a female bull rider. Her dad has bred the bulls for the bull riding championships. And her nemesis is also like the boys she grew up with. And his dad is her dad's partner. Her dad ends up dying at the very beginning. It takes her out of the running for, like, she has just ridden her first bull. She goes in disguise and rides her first bull. It angers the two buddies that she has. One's a bull rider, one's just a friend. And they're afraid she's going to get hurt. And then something happens to her dad. And then we see her a few years later, and she is entering the championship as a woman, as a contender. And these guys all show up. It's great. I love this story. Like, I love this story. It is a strong heroine without being obnoxious. And I just love the banter, and I love the situation. Plus, they're all cowboys.
I think some authors do a really good job of a strong heroine with banter without them becoming obnoxious, but it's like a really fine line.
It is. But Grace is so funny in general that, like, she can pull it off, and she does such a good job. So,
okay, my number 2 audiobooks so far would be Whisper Sweet Nothings by Laura Pavlov. This is narrated by Sebastian York and Savannah Peachwood, and they are Winnie and Archer. It's the last book in the Rosewood River series, and this was like a book that I have been dying for a really long time because I just became obsessed with the Rosewood tea. So in this, we have Archer, who finally hires a nanny for his daughter Melody. If you've read the other books, you kind of see the teasing and the questioning that comes along with the nanny situation. And it can be completely read or listened to as a standalone, though. It's just an ongoing thing. Anyway, so he then starts to fall for his much younger nanny and is kind of appalled by himself for becoming a cliche. There's a lot of banter with him and the other guys and like himself for how he feels about all of this. And like the guys just really show up to give him crap about this in a very loving and supporting way. And then we also, of course, get to the Rosewood Tea part. She is also a romance author, which I really loved how Laura wrote that in. So I just really love the whole book. I love when an author makes that found family really like feel realistic, and she did that so well, because if a guy does start to fall for his much younger nanny, his friends are going to give him crap about that. And so I loved that. It was really good.
I do have to say, when Jeff and I first started dating, he got a lot of crap from people because I was 24, he was 37, almost 38. And his best friend, there was a lot of crap. And he worked for, he was like dispatch for a trucking company in Alaska. And so, they were
Jeff
worse.
failed the test. You're supposed to take your age and divide it in half and add 7, and then it's appropriate. So you were not appropriate.
No.
Right?
Oh, well, it worked out 21 years later. We're good. It's fine.
Oh, wait, maybe it was okay.
Yeah, because our 21st anniversary will be while you and I are in California.
I'm
you
so
and I will
excited to
celebrate
spend
mine and Jeff's
your anniversary with you.
Yeah, you'll spend our anniversary with me. It's all good. Okay.
And we might do that again next year.
We might. Because then when I brought it up to him, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And he's like, still when you get home. I'm like, wow, so grateful that day means so much to you. Yeah, it's all good. We normally go camping over it anyway. So, okay. My last top audio is one, like all 3 of these made top audio. So all 3 of them I would consider part of it, but that is the Salvage Alpha Shifters by Dee Dee Prince. It starts with The Wild. Colin Firth and Heather Firth and CJ Gray all narrated all 3 of these. But this is one of my favorite shifter books out there ever. This is about Ivy and Tyson. Ivy's car gets stuck in the mud one night. She actually goes to a party with a friend out in the woods somewhere, and realizes that it's not a party, as the friend said, it's an orgy. And so she tries to leave. When she does, she gets in a car accident, and there's because she hits a wolf. She hits a big wolf, and then realizes that that wolf turned into a man. And he has to kind of save her, and then he takes her and he keeps her, and he says, mine. There's a huge plot that goes along all 3. Like, there's actually 4 books in the series now, so there is an overarching theme and a plot. But he has been raised by his uncle. He was actually kidnapped from his parents as a baby. His uncle has kept him basically in wolf form the majority of his life, and so he's kind of starting to lose his humanity. He doesn't talk much. He doesn't understand a lot of cultures.
Wait, is that something that people should be doing?
What, kidnapping?
Like keeping him in his wolf form?
No. No,
Okay.
because he's starting to lose himself to his wolf. And so he doesn't understand like some of just the nuances of being human. Like he does, like he will shift and go into a bar every once in a while kind of a thing. He would do that with his uncle, but he hasn't done that in a long time. And so basically Ivy, like he's pretty primal, which makes things fun for all of us. Anyhow, yeah, he keeps Ivy for a while. He's like my mate. It's a fated mate situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wrong flag.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know what my number one audiobook is?
No.
Okay.
I'm sure it's an L. Kennedy book. The way you're giggling over there. No? What is it then?
It's Rent Free from the Quinn app.
Same damn thing.
So Mika Abdallah plays Nora and Stephen Kalin plays Jack. And I loved this so much. And I really don't know how much it had to do with the fact that they're from off campus. I just loved it. So this is best friend's older brother. So you would totally be down.
Gag me.
So Nora finds out her boyfriend is cheating on her. She is devastated but ready to like pick up and move on quickly. So she's like, I'm not staying here. I have to find somewhere to live. So she calls Gemma. Gemma is her best friend. Gemma's overseas working and she's like, you can go stay at my apartment. No worries. So she goes to stay at Gemma's apartment and finds that Jack is also staying there. So they are sharing a 1-bedroom apartment and Jack is like kind of a playboy. He hooks up randomly with some new girl every night on the app and doesn't really seem to mind that Nora's there, and he still continues this. But eventually the two of them start to spend time together and things kind of change between them, and I absolutely loved it, and it was my top audiobook and I 100% stand behind that.
It's good. You do you, boo.
Thank you, Pumpkin.
Okay, what are we doing now? We're doing our DNFs?
Yeah, let's talk about our DNFs.
How many DNFs?
Jinx, you owe me a Coke when I see you next week.
You don't drink Coke. You drink Diet Pepsi or Pepsi.
I do.
Yeah.
I will drink Coke.
I will drink
really
Coke
like
if they don't have
Coke.
Pepsi. I will go for Coke if there's no Pepsi, but I like my Pepsi. Okay.
We have that in
flagged
common.
4, but I know that there's 5 because there was the one that we had for Buddy Read that we all DNF'd.
Oh yeah, I have 5 and it was including that. So yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we can talk about that one at the same time. Let's just talk about that one really quick and then we can go into our other ones.
Okay.
Because I didn't flag mine because I just didn't care. And that is how I felt about that whole book.
I flagged mine.
Okay.
There is absolutely nothing in my notes.
I know, that's what I'm feeling like in most of my DNFs, there's barely anything in there.
So this is Stolen by J.M. Johnson.
It was supposed to be MC.
Yeah.
That was the trope.
And during the live, I found out that everybody DNF'd, but I made it the furthest. I like hung in the longest.
You really took one for the team because that book was horrible. I barely made it through the first 2 chapters.
Trope-wise, though, it
sounded good.
Yeah. MC, he kidnaps her and takes her and forces her to be a nanny for his kid, but it is just a mess.
And the fact is, like, you know, we normally get a decent number of people that come on our lives, and the majority of us DNF'd it. And that is saying something.
Yeah.
So that was not worth whatever hype. I mean, like, we didn't have hype. We chose MC, and that was just on the list. It had new audio. It was done by Blue Nose. We had high expectations because Blue Nose does pretty good audio. Even the audio couldn't save it. So
I don't think that was a reflection on the narrators, though.
No.
Like, it was just not great.
No. But my next DNF is a reflection on the narrators.
Oh.
We talked about this one. This is
okay, are we moving on from Stolen?
Yeah, I don't know what else you'd say about it. So this is Men of Mayhem and Vengeance by Lauren Beale. This is like a Prohibition type era book. An audio came out for it this year. And they all had very quirky, like Bugsy Al Capone type accents, and it just didn't work. It was horrible. And that's all I have to say about that. And I know some people had asked me, how fast did you listen to this? Like, I tried listening to it slower. I tried listening to it faster. Our dear friend Tor was also one of the narrators. So it broke my heart to say that. It was horrible. I did not like it at all. Somebody else, I know others have loved it. It was not for me. So I'd read the book already before, so I knew the story. But oh my gosh. The accents, I was like, what the hell? Like, I get what they were trying to do, but no. No. What's yours?
Okay, this is my first DNF of the year, and that was Where We Promise by Ashley Muniz. And
Yours.
I know a lot of people like her, and I had high hopes for this one. It was like a not his baby situation and all of that, and it's MC. I tried so hard to like it because I know a lot of people. I've tried her stuff before and didn't care for it, but people talked really highly of this MC. We were at Love in Seattle, and people were like lined up. Like a lot of people we talked to came to the event to see her and talked so highly of this MC. But oh, I just could not get into it.
Nope. Okay. Ready for my next one then?
I think that says something though. I think it was more of a me thing because like with the other DNFs, we can like pick it
Pinpoint
apart,
what it
like
is.
what went wrong. This one I
Yeah.
just could not get into. Like
Okay.
it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, this one I read far enough that I felt like I could rate it. I felt like my rating was fairly generous at 2.5 stars. But this one I remember reading on the airplane flying back from Romanticycon LA in February. So like it stuck with me. It was that bad because I remember telling Stacey, like walking through the airport, just cursing this book. So this is Seduced by the Sea Lord by Starla Knight. This was supposed to be a mermaid, like a merman romance. The premise of the book was that our heroine, she was off looking for like a something that was lost at sea, like dropped in the sea by an ex or something, and she catches this thing in her nets, and it's gray and weird looking, but she pulls it in, and it is a merman. It is a very gray dead merman. She brings it back to life, and then takes him down inside her boat. And then at some point, when he wakes up and he comes to, he's like, oh, what is that pink algae? Oh, no, I read about that. That is nail polish. And like that is how he justified knowing things about her, and knowing things about the human life, and like being able to talk. And oh God, it was horrible. And she still pops up on my Facebook feed every once in a while with her, like Amazon throws it out there. And I almost get tempted. And then I'm like, oh no, that's that person. It was horrible. So,
Okay.
yep. Horrible.
All right. My next DNF was a book that I actually bought because I loved the first book so much. So I just assumed I was going to love the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Taming the Heart by Elliot Rose. I loved Chasing the Wild. This book just wasn't for me. I found the heroine like super obnoxious and not in a good way. And I really hated it.
Okay.
So I ended up DNFing, which was really weird because of how much I loved the first book.
Yeah, you are not the first one I've heard say that though.
Yeah.
The other books in the series. So, okay. The next book that I have for DNFing is Rest in Pieces by Candace Wright. I was really excited for this one. I've seen a lot of hype around this one. It was supposed to be like this amazing MC romance. The heroine is supposed to be a strong heroine, not obnoxious. Beg to differ. This is about Amity and Genesis, who is our MC dude. And Amity is a professional stunt woman. The crew comes to film a movie, and she's like, they borrow the land and stuff from the MC. It was very slow. It was very boring. It sucked. Again, I read enough of it to know that it was less than 3 stars. So And I will never get those hours back of my life.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, my next two, oh, sorry, are from this past week.
Mm-hmm.
And so my next DNF was The Idea of You by Robin Lee. It's a reverse age gap. She's 35 and divorced. He's like 20. He's in a boy band. And she takes her daughter to this meet and greet, and they meet there. And their interaction is pretty quick. And he's like wanting to know where he wants like to know all about her and get her phone number. And then he invites her to come spend time with him in France. And she goes. And like, it's just, I couldn't see any sort of connection. It was so random. So random.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I love age gap. And so you don't have to convince me super hard that the people like each other, but you got to have something. And there was nothing about it made sense.
Okay.
And then I tried to watch the movie and I ended up
Because you're a glutton for
that
punishment. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh,
Yeah.
my last one hurts a little bit.
Oh no.
Yeah, because this is the second book in a series, and I loved the first book. Like, loved it. And I did read this one. I just like you. I did read this one enough to feel like I could rate it. This one is Omega Forged by Mae Pierce. I loved Omega Founded by Mae Pierce. Like, it was a top read for me. Loved it. This one, so that one takes place in the 1800s. This one takes place in current times. And our heroine is like living in the shadow of her ancestor, who was the woman from the first book. Girl, she's been dead for 100 years. What does it matter? Okay. Like, what does it matter? And so she is actually a cam girl, like an Omega kind of cam girl, which is a whole thing. And she just wants to get away and like go to another continent. Don't we all? And like do her thing. But one of her guys, one of the cam guys, starts following her and like I didn't care. I was bored out of my mind. So yeah.
Okay.
And I was so disappointed. Yeah.
Okay, my next one is Pretty Broken Butterfly. And this again was one that I read last week. The writing was not great. I felt like it was a writing issue for me. She catches him cheating. I also just felt like the dialogue and stuff between the characters was it read too much like he said, she said. Not saying that's exactly how it did, but that's kind of how it felt. Like it didn't flow for me.
Yeah.
And so she catches him cheating with she's just a friend. And like it was weird because it was like that she had problems with this girl, and so he stopped hanging out with her, but then the girl apologized for her behavior, and so then he started hanging out with her again, and she was like okay with it, which was weird to me, but maybe she wasn't really okay with it. Like it was just like it just bothered me. There was no reason for them to be hanging out other than he just wanted to hang out with her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What I'm saying. And then she catches him, she catches them doing it like at a pool party. And so then she makes him call her parents and his parents and explain what he did. And I'm like, this is so dumb. Like,
yeah.
I couldn't handle it. So yeah, it was a DNF 1 star.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That wraps up the DNFs.
Yeah, let's get into the fun stuff now.
Yes.
Our top 10.
Okay. Our top 10.
And I will say
First, we have honorable mention of 5 by Sloane St. James. Thank you.
Fuck me. You're done now?
Yep, that was it.
Okay. How did I know? Okay, so yours are numbered, right? 10 to 1?
Yep.
Okay, and I will say that this number is probably going to change in our wrap up at the end of the year, but this is where we are right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 10 for me, and I don't know if this is on your list or not, but it is Marriage of Discretion by S.T. Moores. Did this make your list?
It did.
I'll let you talk about it when we get there.
Oh, okay.
Lives higher up.
Why?
Because it's higher up on your list. You can talk about it.
Okay. Well, now I thought I had time
To flag it? To find it?
find my flags. Thanks a lot for the pressure. Okay.
Well, when you get to it on your list, you talk about it.
Okay. I know, but I wasn't.
Oh, is it right now?
Yeah, for my next.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Is this a stack? This is going to be a whole stack, isn't it? The whole friggin' thing. Oh, good God.
List is the Lucky River Ranch series. Stop looking at me like that. I love this whole series so much. I did not want to pick them in order, so they are number 10, all of them. I will just go over some tropes. The whole series is cowboy, cash is enemies to lovers, city girl, country guy. Totally worth the hype. I absolutely loved it. Then we have Wyatt, which is friends to lovers, some fake dating. There's really great banter in that one. Then we have Sawyer, which is a one night stand, and they're both single parents. And I really, really liked that they were both single parents. And so they were trying to like navigate all of that and how they felt. Then Duke is like there's the snowed in. I don't know what my notes say right there. So it's snowed in. It's the one we just talked about for our buddy read.
Is it a surprise pregnancy or something?
Yes, it does have surprise pregnancy in it, and that does take up like it really drives the plot in there. And then Ryder is brother's best friend, and just he's like emotionally broken. And oh, I love that one so much too. And there's also really, really good banter in it. So I love the whole entire series, and you are not going to shame me on this. Look at how pretty they look together.
Pick your top 10. She picks her top 25.
Hey,
got it.
I didn't make you do more.
Thank God, because I was already struggling to find 10.
Okay.
So, okay. All right. Number 9 for me is The Guardian's Angel by May Alder. This is about Shayla.
I need to read that.
I know, Shayla and James. So James has custody of his sister's newborn baby. The baby's like just a couple months old. The sister died unexpectedly of a heart condition or something, if I remember right, and he now has custody. He's only had custody for a few weeks or a few days actually, and baby cries round the clock, and he cannot get this baby to stop crying. His neighbor across the street is a mom. She's actually just given birth, but she has some older kids. She's got like a whole slew of kids. And so he's been calling her and getting help from her, and she's been very gracious about this. Well, one night, baby just will not stop screaming his head off, and he once again calls over. It's the middle of the night, and he expects this mom to come to his door. Well, it's not. It's the daughter, and that is Shayla. And Shayla comes to the door to help him because the mom sent Shayla over. And she immediately picks up the baby, pops out a boob, and just starts feeding him, and baby quiets down. Well, baby had been breastfed. And so, like, and now the mom's dead, and that's a really hard transition for a lot of babies. Shayla is actually 17, almost 18. She is a single teenage mom. In her senior year of high school, she has a 9-month-old or 8-month-old daughter. And so he hires her on to be his nanny and to help him with the baby. She continues to breastfeed. And not just the baby. So it becomes a thing eventually. Loved it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's got enough milk for everybody.
Number 9 for me is Protected by Claire Kent. This is 2 years after Impact, and so this is post-apocalyptic. Lila has been on her own, and she sees this group pull up. So her and her boyfriend were living in this, like, I think it was like an old Burger King or something. And he has died. And so she's been on her own for a few months. She sees this group going through raiding, whatever we want to call it, this Walmart. So she thinks that she can maybe sneak over there and grab some food off of their supply vehicles and like get some food for herself and go and hide. So while she's doing that, they catch her and they go through like kind of like a little of an interviewing type process and determine that she's probably okay to stay with them. So they offer to let her come with them if she wants to. And so she agrees because she really has nothing else to do. So Logan, the leader, assigns Deck to kind of watch over her. And Deck is mute. He does not speak. And I loved it so much. I just love Claire Kent's post-apocalyptic world. I am obsessed with it almost as much as Off Campus. Not quite though.
I lost my number 8 somewhere. Hold on. I'm finding it. Should be right here. Dang it. Where'd my number 8 go? Oh, right here. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. So this is one that I didn't know if it would make the list or not. But like the more I sat and thought about it last night, the more I'm like, no, this belongs on the list because even though it's not perfect, it has stuck with me and I really enjoyed this book. And that is The Unpleasant Thing by Daria T. Rowan. This is about Marissa. Marissa is she's with a biker. They've been together for about 2 years. They have a baby at home, and they were both pretty lonely when they met each other. Things moved very quickly, but the boyfriend, the baby daddy, his ex comes back to town, and they start up an affair, and she finds out about the affair. And it really just consumes her and breaks her. And this is her healing journey and what happens with them. But it was very angsty, and I did really, really, really enjoy it. For what it was, I enjoyed it a lot. I'm sure I'm forgetting things, but yeah. Okay.
So number 8 for me, which I want this to be higher on my list, but I don't know how to make that happen. So it's just number 8 right now. That is Last Light by Claire Kent. There will be a theme to my list. I'm sorry. Lane is making her way to Fort Knox after her grandma dies and there's really nobody left in her town. And she ends up running into Travis while she's traveling solo by herself. And Travis is from her town. They kind of know each other, not super well. And he's like, well, I'm going to Fort Knox. We can go together. And she's like, no, thank you. And so they continue to travel separately. And she runs into a little bit of trouble. He shows up and they agree to work together to get to Fort Knox to warn them of this horde, which a horde is considered like a large group of people that are really not good people that come through and just steal and kill and whatever. And so they want to get to Fort Knox and warn them of this happening, about these dangerous people. This is a huge slow burn. It is an age gap, but I just love this, like I said, post-apocalyptic world that Claire has created.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 7 for me, you will see a theme with mine as we get going here too. They're all very dark or Omega for some odd reason, but I've got 3 of the same author on my list.
Well, you had cheating.
Was I cheating? No. What?
No, you had cheating. You said they're all dark.
Cheating. Yeah, they're cheating. But like as we get going here, they're just a lot of the darker things. So this is Destroy Me by Samantha Dyes. You guys also know her as Mary Magdalene. This is about Amelia and Nikolai. And Amelia is hiking with her boyfriend. And they're going to go camping and stay the night out in the woods in a tent. And the boyfriend, it's her fiance or something, I think, actually. And he's got some secrets and he's got some debt that she knows about, and he's telling her that it's been taken care of. And so, they're trying to come back from that because they were struggling as a couple. And so now they're hiking in the woods. They pitch their tent. They're having a great time. They go to bed at night, and then she wakes up and he's not there. And so she goes out into the darkness to look for him. And that is when she runs into the giant bearded stud of a man who immediately knocks her out and takes her captive and then keeps her chained in his cabin. Now, this is going to be a trilogy. Book 2 also ends on a cliffhanger as book 1 does, and I don't really care. I'm waiting for that. I need it. I need it now.
Okay.
I say that about all of her books, though. So, yeah.
So book 1 ends on a cliffhanger, and you're waiting for book 2.
No, book 2 and 1. I'm waiting for book 3. It will be a trilogy.
Book 2 ended on a cliffhanger, so you're waiting
They
for
both
book
do.
3.
Yeah.
When does book 3 come out?
I was asking her about that the other day. She wasn't like, she's working on it. We don't have an exact date.
Oh, that's stressful.
Mandy got a phone call.
Okay, so next I have Come What May by Corinne Michaels. And so this was the last book in the Ember Falls series, which was just so sad. So in this we have Tessa, who is a PR, what do you call him? PR agent, PR person. She works in PR.
She's PR. She works in
Just
PR.
PR. She's PR.
Yeah, because PR is personal rep, or she's a PA. Oh, PR.
Personal relations.
Personal relations. So yeah. I can
She
think of
works
PA,
in
which is
PR.
different. She works in PR.
So she is sent to go help Killian. Killian has this horse race breeding ranch. And so his trainer has gone missing. People are now pulling out of buying horses. Like, this is a pretty big issue that he's got going on. So he hires this PR firm and she comes out. Well, the night before she gets there, she comes in the night before, she meets this guy at the bar, they hook up at his house, and then the next day she's like, I have to go. She looks at her phone to see where she has to go, like how far away she is, and realizes she's already where she's supposed to be. Oops. So from there things kind of escalate, and then it gets even worse because she finds out he's her best friend's dad.
Okay.
I loved it. It is not nearly as taboo as some are with best friend's dad, because she doesn't know, and her best friend has just reconnected with her biological dad. So the relationship is very different than she's known her best friend's dad her entire life, that sort of thing.
Right.
And then we still have the mystery with where is the trainer, what is going on. So I loved this one.
Okay.
Obviously, because it's on the top 10 list.
Yes. Okay. So my number 6 is Hours Later by Jen Bullard. This is a dark Omegaverse. This is about Nina, and she is at college. Her mom doesn't know exactly where she is. She's grown up like a Southern debutante type of situation. Her mom was always very cruel to her growing up because she just wasn't perfect enough. And so when she got old enough, she applied to a college that was out of state, and she got a scholarship to go. And she took off and didn't tell her mom where she was going. And so mom doesn't know at all. So she gets up to this college, and on one of the first days, she runs into a boy that looks kind of familiar. She doesn't really realize who he is. And then she meets one of her professors. And that professor is her mom's ex-husband. It is her ex-stepfather, who's only around for a short period of time. But he's an alpha, she's an omega, and dun, 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 he's her step match. And the person she ran into also earlier in the day, he literally almost hit her with his car. That is her stepbrother, the son to her mom's ex, that she hasn't seen in many years, so she didn't recognize him. And when her mom finds out where she is and finds out that she's scent matched to the ex-husband, she throws her into a psych ward and tries to break the bond. It's good. It was really good.
Okay. And what was the name of that one?
Hours Later. And you know this.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
I am.
My number 6 is A Marriage of Discretion by S.T. Morse. This got bumped up because this is the book I was talking about. It had been number 5 in a list, and then I bumped it up because I just think about this book a lot. Like, this really hit a lot of those check marks for a good cheating book, which you and I both love.
Yep.
And so you wanted me to talk about this?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Millie. Millie has been arranged marriaged when she is very young. I think she was 19. What?
She's been arranged marriaged. It's a verb now.
Yes.
Okay, I'm cool with that. Yes.
This is exactly what happened.
Okay.
Okay. How do we say his name? Alessio?
Yeah.
Alessio.
Yep.
He's much older than her. He's busy running his father's empire, and he's extremely driven by work, 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 work. When they get married, he lets her know, like, this is in name only for this business deal. Like, we're like, I'm really not interested in a 19-year-old wife, and I'm going to do what I want to do, basically. He drops her off at the farm out in the country and continues on with his life. And she's pretty miserable out there, but she tries to make the best of it. She just is isolated, I guess, is the best way to describe that. So she tries to make the best of it she can. And in like 6 months, he comes out there just to check on her. And I was a little irritated that she seems a little too friendly with the stable hand. So he decides to drag her back to civilization, and it just gets messy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great way. It's not super long, but oh, it is super good.
Yep.
You're
It's
looking
great.
for
Audio
angst,
just
you
came
can
out.
check the
So
box there.
yeah. Yep. Okay. Book number 5 for me is The Darkness Beyond the Daisies by Zoe Zahara. This is very, 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 very dark. This is about Jolie. So when Jolie is 18, she it was on like a vacation, and then her dad was killed, and she was taken by skin traders. She was taken into, into to be sold, human trafficking situation, and she basically is purchased by this family. She's in this crate. The crate opens up, and she finds a little girl and a husband and a wife. And then there's a boy that shows up who's like just a little bit younger than her. He's 17. And she's told that she was purchased to be a gift to Woodrow, who is the 17-year-old son. He's got some issues. Like, he has a tumor in his throat. He doesn't really, he's got some issues. He's got some things going on. Nothing is really as it seems. She's told then that they found out about the human trafficking ring, and that the only thing that they could do as a family, because they could afford to do, was purchase one person, and she has to live with them and whatever, because the traffickers are around. But they basically purchased her to purchase her freedom, but she's is there. So they treat her like one of the family. But there is a lot of secrets. There's a lot of lies. There's a lot of twists and turns. And this is told in flashbacks. So we see the part where she was abducted and sold to them, given to them in flashbacks. And then in the future, we see that Woodrow has showed up, and he has found her again, because she does get away at some point. And we learn why and how later. And he now is forcing her to marry him. And it's not very nice. It was so good. I acknowledge that I need help, but I also acknowledge that I spend all my money on books, and I will not be able to afford therapy. Nor would I want it. I enjoy this way too much.
Okay.
Okay.
Next, I have West of Forever by Corinne Michaels. This is her brand new release. Absolutely loved it. So we have Tristan. His wife died, and he is raising his daughter. I believe Sadie's about 12 at this point. She's extremely sassy, but like in a good way, like not in an obnoxious character way. And she was hurt in a horse accident, so he refuses to let her ride, which really, really plays a huge role throughout the story of her frustrations with him and him being extremely overprotective. And then we enter Lark. So Lark is from the neighboring ranch, and the two families have been feuding for many, many years. And things keep happening at the neighboring ranch, which lead them to believe that it's Tristan or his sisters. And so the police keep getting called, like their horses get let out, fences are broken, just things like that are not just harmless pranks, like pretty serious. So they call the cops come over there. The cop is his best friend, but his best friend is kind of like knocked off, and he's like, I'm not doing it. And that sort of thing kind of keeps going back and forth. So the families really hate each other. Tristan ends up helping Lark out with something, and then the two of them keep kind of having some run-ins, and they end up deciding that there's a lot of attraction and chemistry between the two of them, sexual tension. So they're going to give in to just that no strings attached type situation. And we all know how those work out in romance books. But
Yeah,
absolutely loved it. I love his daughter. She, like, I talked about this in our 1 minute book rec. She redecorates her chicken coop. It has inspired me. I'm going to go get wallpaper and wallpaper my coop and put a chandelier in there. And I think I might do the hen of the week. I might do hen of the month. Hen of the week is a little too much.
It's a little too
for me.
much. Too much of a commitment. Yeah.
So I think I'll do hen of the month. And we'll see if Jessica Jr. makes the cut.
Okay. Does Jessica Jr. making the cut depend on my performance? Because I do not feel like that's fair.
I think it was to increase egg production, and Jessica Jr.'s not laying yet, so she might have a ways before she can
She's
be
shy.
hen of the week.
Okay.
I would like to report she no longer looks like a hawk, and the other chickens have sort of caught up to her size.
That's it's just big boned. Okay.
So there's no longer concerns we have a hawk living in the hen house.
That's good. All right. Book number 4 on my list is Leave Me Behind by K.M. Moranova. I just read this last week. I really, really, really liked it a lot. Obviously, it's on my list. This is about Nell. Nell, so this is the first book in the Dark Forces world that K.M. wrote, and Nell is a part of one of the Dark Forces. They have these different sectors, these like 4 different groups, and her whole it's the Dark Military, so they are a military group. Her whole group is killed. She was second in command. She had a relationship with her commanding officer, and so she's pretty, obviously she's devastated. She misses him. It's a lot on her. She saw them all die. It's a thing, right? She's being reassigned to a different group. She knows that she is actually being given as a partner to a guy named Bones, who is like one of the most ruthless, just assholey guys in the Dark Forces in this new unit. And so on her way to, I think it was California, she was on a flight. She gets sat in the middle seat between these 2 guys. They're both identical twins, and they, one just has a few more scars than the other. Later that night, when they get to California, they actually go out to a bar or a club together. She thinks she's going to hook up with Aaron, the one who doesn't have the scars. But Aaron is like, I'm just being a wingman for my brother here. And so how about you and Bradshaw go hook up? So she and Bradshaw hook up. They spend a little bit of time together. Come to find out, Bradshaw is also in Dark Forces, and they figured this out the next day very quickly. And when she gets to the base, she realizes that Bradshaw is Bones. He is the one that is supposed to be her dude, her partner, and he hates her. He wants her out. So it is a hate to love. It is enemies to lovers. There is some great banter. She's a very tough heroine without being obnoxious. So there you go. That obnoxious thing drives me nuts.
Okay, next on my list is Shamed. So this is number 4 for me by Rin Shear. This is part of the Broken Souls series. I think you could read this as a standalone if you really, really wanted to, but some things I don't think are going to feel the same or make as much sense if you've read the whole series. The whole series is great, so I highly recommend starting with book number 1. So this is Jennifer's story. Jennifer is the one who accused Jacob in the first book. So the first book is called Wronged, and it's about Jacob, who was accused of raping a girl when he was 18. And he obviously, based on the title, was wronged, but he does 10 years in prison for it. And so this is Jennifer's story. And Mace was Jacob's friend, and Mace immediately kind of abandons Jacob and is kind of a jerk. And we don't see too much of him, but we kind of see that. So Rin took the 2 characters that people are not going to like and put them together and somehow made me emotional. I was crying at the beginning of this book, and I just don't know how you do that. That is just phenomenal writing, to be able to get you to fall for characters that you spent 3 books hating is really amazing. I love this book a lot.
Okay.
A lot.
Book number 3. That's what number we're on. is King of Hearts by Alex Grayson. I love this one. It is a dark stalker. There's also a forced marriage situation that happens. The chapters are told in we don't know the name. So we do know there it's her and his, or her and him, or him and her, or something like that. Anyhow, we know that she is Savina. And she is being stalked. And we don't find out who the stalker is until about 50% of the way into the book. So as long as you don't know his name, you are good to go, because there's guys around her all over. Like they live on this island. She's wealthy. She works for her family or her dad. They have this Raven company, or this Raven group, which is they rescue women who are in abusive situations. But a stalker keeps showing up in her room, gifting her hearts, like literal hearts. And she doesn't know who he is. And that's like the whole point. Like, it is so good because you don't find out until she finds out. And I just loved that.
Okay. Number 3 for me is Overtake by S.J. Silvis. So in this one, we have Rome. Rome is a Formula One racer. He gets in an accident racing, which was caused by his dad. And so he's pissed and he's done racing for his dad. So he ends up coming to Vanstone. They are his rivals. The families are rivals. They don't like each other at all. There's reasons. I won't get into that during this review, but there are good reasons for the families to not like each other besides the fact that they're racing rivals. So when Tess, who is, she's one of the, what was she? She's the engineer for their racing company, finds out that they now have Rome Racing as their racer. She is not happy at all about it. And so there's a lot of tension, and I just loved it. I thought she did a great job with the racing aspect of this. And yeah, I cannot wait for the second book. It was supposed to come out in July, but she got picked up by a publisher. So I think it's not coming until like next spring, which is wonderful for her, but disappointing for those of us who are really looking forward to the next book in the series. So, oh, and they end up having a secret relationship, which really was cool. Like, it just really added to the whole thing. I loved it a lot.
Obviously.
Duh.
Yeah. Okay. Number 2 for me is one that none of you can still read yet, but I beta read it. Sorry. It'll hopefully be out by the end of the month. So this is
Got the yawns.
You do. Stray Omega by Mary Magdalene. This is the 3rd book in her Tormented Omega series. This one is a different couple than the first book. Or it's a different group of people, I should say, than the first book. So this one is about Lily. Lily has been living at the Omega Institute for, I think it was like 8 years. And she's used suppressants. She's obviously an Omega, so she's used suppressants to keep her heats away. She's slowly dying at this point. She is touch starved. She needs, like, her body is rejecting everything because she keeps putting off her heats, and she just doesn't want to be with an alpha who's not going to be her end game. And so she has this one alpha in this pack who are courting her. She really wants nothing to do with them. Like, she's like, they have nice smiles, but there's something behind them that's very dark, and she can see that. And so she's at an event one night, like a gala where they parade these single Omegas around, just because it's where the elites are at. Not like they actually parade them around, but they have them go to these kinds of things. And she steps out of the bathroom, and that is when she smells her fated mate, who is, was it Giddy? No, hold on. His name was, I don't know. Gabriel. That was his name. Took a minute. He is the head of Santos Pack. He's there in his office. The party's being held at his place, and she sees him and like knows immediately that's her person. And she's like just drawn, like you can't deny it. And he denies the pull to her. He basically rejects her because he and his pack already have an Omega. They have a male Omega named Miles, who they promised that they would never replace if they ever found their scent match. He'd been through a lot of trauma. And so they basically say that Gideon finds out that this other pack wants her, and they're creepy and they're not good dudes. And so he tells her she can come live with them for a month, and they will find her a different pack. But like, they're her fated mates, and she has to go watch them be with their Omega and not be touched by them when she's literally dying. Like, she's in pain all the time. She's literally dying. And these are the people that are supposed to stop her from dying. but they won't even look at her sideways. So good and angsty. So good. Okay.
Okay. Number 2 for me is The Wrong Catch by C.R. Jane. Have you read this one yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. So this is Ophelia's story, and Ophelia is Maddie's stalker. So I love the little twist there with her being the stalker. She is unhinged, and like I've said when I've talked about this book before, I feel like she's very relatable.
Mm-hmm.
And so she goes and watches Maddie's practices. She tries to be discreet, but she's not super great at that. She dresses in like how she thinks like the girls that she sees that he devotes some time to. She tries to dress like them and just really like obsessed with him. And then she overhears a conversation that kind of just shatters her world. Her mom is horrible to her. I think maybe her mom is misguided. Maybe that's a better way to explain it. But she's also horrible. Maddie is kind of busy. He's trying to get into that secret society. He's got a lot of things going on. And then one day this girl sits by him and he is taken by her a lot and he becomes a little obsessed himself. And it turns out that's actually going to be Ophelia. And this is after she's kind of given up on him and herself a little bit. And she's just dressing and acting like how she normally would. And that's when he finally notices her. I love this so much. Like, it's very morally gray. We have the female stalker. Like I said, it was great.
Okay.
I'm a huge C.R. Jane fan, though.
Yeah. Both love C.R. Jane.
Yes.
Okay, so my number 1 at this point, and it'll probably say somewhere up here on the top couple. Yep. That is Tormented Omega by Mary Magdalene. So this is the first. I'm counting the first 2 books because it's the first. That's the first 2 are about the same person. So that would be Tormented Omega and Claimed Omega. But this is the story of V. V is an Omega. She has been with this pack for almost 5 years. They are not scent matched, but they brought her back from the Institute and basically they've promised her that they would bond her into the pack after 5 years if they didn't find their scent match. Because the whole thing is if they were to bond her, like scent match is what everybody wants. Like it's the rare thing, right? That is the fated mate situation. But if they bond someone into the pack as an Omega who is not their scent match, then they lose the chance of ever finding their Omega. And so because it just dissolves that scent match. And so they've kind of been waiting. And so she's been waiting here in limbo for them to really accept her when she already has relationships. Like she's sleeping with the guy. She's going through heat stuff. Like she's got relationships with them. They take her out one day. It's about 2 months out before they hit that 5-year mark. They take her out to the zoo. They take her out to like this Omega store so that she can buy like all the stuff for like new bedding and stuff for their house. Like they take her to all of her favorite places. And she thinks, they say they're going to talk to her after dinner. She thinks they're finally going to do it. They're going to bond her into the pack. They sit her down that night and they say to her, basically, hey, we've had a great day with you. Hey, by the way, we did find our scent match 2 months ago. And, or a month ago, or however many weeks ago. And we've been courting her behind your back. And she's going to come live with us. Oh, and by the way, we're still keeping you, but we're bringing her into the pack. And basically, when you have that scent match, like they're very like if she's hurting, if the scent match is hurting, her scent match is named Marie. Like if Marie needs something, it is in their DNA and their genetics to want to go to her and help her because she is their fated mate, right? Where that's not the same with V. V is just the Omega that lives in their house. And so she is. This is gut wrenching to watch her. It's just the angst. Oh God, the angst. Oh, it's so good. So it's so good. It's so good. I loved it.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know what my number 1 read is? How do you not know?
Because you read 200 and some books. I didn't pay attention.
Okay, we'll start guessing. We have time.
No, we don't actually. So I got an employee coming by here in a minute. So no, we don't have time for me to guess. Was it an Elizabeth O'Rourke book?
No.
Oh, okay.
She hasn't put out a new book yet.
Okay.
Well, that's not true. She has a new book that came out today, but I have not been able to read it before we started recording this video.
Got it.
Okay, this is like one of the only illustrated covers that I really enjoy.
Oh, this is a Claire Kent.
Yes, good job. So, Lost Song by Claire Kent. is my number one as of this moment, but you know, life, like things change. So I could probably redo this list in a few months because I'm fickle. I don't like making these choices, and Jessica is mean to keep forcing this upon me. Okay. So Kat married her high school boyfriend when the impact and all of this happened. And so this is post-apocalyptic in case you haven't followed along with my Claire Kent journey. So post-apocalyptic impact, when impact happened, Kat and her boyfriend got married. They got like an Airstream trailer, went out in the woods, and Kat's been really happy living like this. Her boyfriend was not happy at all, and he decided that he was done and he wanted to go join up with this band, this group. And Kat said no, and so she thought like, and then he just left her out there straight by herself. So she's been living like this with her dog for a long time. And her dog come back one day and she finds a man laying in front of her trailer, bleeding out and almost dead. And this is a big inconvenience to Kat. And so she reluctantly decides to try and save his life. And so she reluctantly helps him. And this is Micah. And she can't exactly he's got a gunshot wound. She can't exactly like patch him up and send him on his way. So he stays there for a while. Loved it so much. Like I said, I'm obsessed with Claire Kent's world. So my theme was post-apocalyptic and cowboy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
A touch of dark.
Mm-hmm.
A touch of cheating.
Mine was very dark, Omegaverse, touch of cheating. Yeah, pretty much. So, all right, well, let's wrap this up before people start walking into the warehouse.
Okay, first though, what has been your favorite TV series that you've watched in the past 6
I do not watch TV. And we all know what yours is.
Do we?
It's blatantly obvious. It's
Off Campus.
It's
Shocker. The only TV that I watch.
Yeah. Okay. I don't. I haven't watched any TV.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you need to get caught up on the group chat.
Yeah, I saw I've got like 25 messages in there. It's been kind of busy. So
yeah, but sorry. I put something in there just for you.
I saw something about Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I see what you're doing there. You're trying to entice me into the group chat. But I'll have you know, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is not hanging out in Vancouver. So at least not right now.
Oh my gosh. If I could find a way to convince you that Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Oh my gosh.
No, because I actually wouldn't go chase him down. I'm not into celebrities enough to actually go chase him down.
But you're going to.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
Yes, please. I have to start driving to Vancouver.
Well, you have to start the wrap up process.
Yes.
So.
Okay. Check back. Please subscribe. We hope you enjoyed today's chaotic video of our top reads, DNFs, and audiobooks.
Mm-hmm. So
we have plenty more coming, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and never miss out. And also check back on Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and a lot of times Wednesdays for new videos from us.
Yep. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.